Hello friends, in this video we'll talk about layers of the anterior abdominal wall. So mainly we will discuss the fascia, nerves and the blood vessels of the anterior abdominal wall. First we will see superficial fascia. So superficial fascia, there will be two fascias we'll discuss, Karp's fascia and the Camper's fascia. So please remember this point that Karp's fascia will be the membranous layer, the fatty layer will be the Camper's fascia. Okay. So let's see the parts first. This is the pubic symphysis, and from here there is some muscle which will attach here. So from there the Karp's fascia will start. So like this it will go. Okay, the Karp's fascia, then it leads to the penile fascia or the fascia of the penis, or you can write it as Buck's fascia also. This will cover the penis. Then the Buck's fascia is continuing as the involuntary dartos muscle. Please remember this point now. Camper's fascia is modified into an involuntary muscle layer called the dartos muscle, which is going to cover the scrotum or the scrotal sac. Then we are finding that it is leading to the Colles fascia, and this Colles fascia is going to form a membrane, that is the perineal membrane covering the perineal pouch. In that all the contents of the male and female reproductive system will be there. Okay, that was the superficial fascia. Now the fascia transversalis. So what is fascia transversalis? This is lining the transversus abdominis muscle. Okay, please remember that there are some relations I want you to remember. Superior is the diaphragmatic fascia, inferior will be the fascia iliaca, and the anterior will be the linea alba. Okay, this is for fascia transversalis. And one more I forgot to mention, the relations of the superficial fascia. So midline you will find the linea alba, on the sides external oblique muscle, external abdominal oblique. Okay, please don't confuse, external oblique is there in the eye also. This is external abdominal oblique. Okay, right. And coming to the inferior, you are finding the, yes, you are finding the Buck's fascia, the Colles fascia, and the Camper's fascia is also there. Also, you are finding the superficial and deep inguinal ring. I will explain in the inguinal canal video the details. Okay, right. So let us go into the fascia transversalis now. As I told you, it is covering the transversus abdominis muscle. Then the fascia transversalis is splitting to form the renal fascia. Renal means kidney, okay, remember. So it covers the kidney. Now this will merge with the thoracolumbar fascia. It will divide into the anterior and the posterior division. We are concerned with anterior only. Now the anterior division is going to give rise to the psoas fascia. This is regarding the fascia transversalis. Let's see the blood supply associated with the anterior abdominal wall. So you're seeing that the superior and inferior epigastric artery, they are forming end arteries. Remember, superior epigastric is coming from internal thoracic artery, inferior is coming from superficial, is coming from the iliac artery, circumflex iliac, superficial and deep. It's coming from the superficial one, not the deep part. Okay, here you are finding the inguinal ligament and the spermatic cord. Okay, here you are also finding the posterior intercostal arteries. Okay, so that is how the superior and inferior epigastric will form the end arteries. Okay, please remember the dotted line indicates here that the structures are deeply present, they are not superficial. Okay, let's see the venous supply. So venous supply, it's very easy. See now, lateral thoracic and the superficial epigastric, they're almost forming like end arteries. Okay, I'll tell you. Lateral thoracic is coming from axillary vein. Superficial epigastric is coming from great saphenous. That is how we are finding that they are forming like the end arteries. This is the venous supply. Let's see the nerve supply. So it is from the T7 to the T12 segments. Okay. And L1 also. L1 is having two divisions, iliohypogastric and inguinal nerve. Okay. In the lumbar plexus, I will tell you once again regarding the L1. Okay. And here also T10, T11, some cutaneous divisions. This is cutaneous supply. Deep nerves are also there. We will see that in this table. So we'll divide into lower 5 intercostal, subcostal, iliohypogastric and inguinal. So lower 5 intercostal we will see, that is the T7 to T11. See now this one. This is the lower 5 intercostal, T7 to T11. Okay. This will supply what we saw in the fascia transversalis, those three muscles, extra and rectus abdominis. That's all. Okay. All right. Then subcostal will be T12. This one, this will be the T12, subcostal. This supplies the pyramidalis muscle. Okay. The function of pyramidalis is to tense the linea alba. Okay. And iliohypogastric and inguinal, I told you both are coming from L1. Okay. See now here, these two. Right. This will supply the same internal oblique and transversus abdominis. Okay. Okay. So we'll remember it like this. Please note here that internal oblique and transversus abdominis will be common for all of them except subcostal. So leave the subcostal, rest of them will have internal oblique and transversus abdominis common. Extra, just include here external oblique and rectus abdominis. Okay, that's all. And cutaneous branches, very easy. All will have anterior branches and lateral branches except ilioinguinal. So remember, except ilioinguinal, all will have lateral branches and all of these nerves will have the anterior branches compulsory. Okay. So references from where I took the pictures. That brings us to end of the video. So thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video.